Welcome to the Tall Girl Tuesday podcast. It's your girl Danny, and on this week's episode of News and Libations, of course, we started off by speaking about what we're drinking. I'm going with Old Reliable, my fave, honey jack and ginger ale on the rocks. That's what I'm having tonight. And I felt a little fancy, so I have a little raspberry White Claw on the side because it's just that type of night. On this week's episode, I wanted to talk about how it goes down in the DM, literally. And I'm to the point where I'm a little bit annoyed by the approach of people in my DMs and the audacity of some of the things that are being said and done and sent in my DMs. And I just wanted to discuss this. Like, I want to figure out what's going on. Like, I need some feedback. I need someone to tell me why are people the way they are when it comes to direct messaging on these social media platforms. Like, what gives you the nerve? But anyway, let me just get into the first concern or issue I have with that. So I get people in my DMs all the time who literally, I'll post something on my page and then they'll DM me a response. And I'm looking like, I read it, leave it on read for the most part. But if I'm really annoyed, I'm going to respond and say, why couldn't you say that to me under my picture? Like, to me, that's so corny. And it's even more corny because it's mainly the same people that be under these celebrities' pictures going off like super fans. You get what I'm saying? Just like random stuff under celebrities' pictures and, reality stars and all of that. And I'm like, so you have the balls to do it under their photos, but not someone who's a little bit more, closer to you, like in reach. You rather DM me my message that I posted on my main page. But with these celebrity women, you going all out underneath their page, underneath their pictures. That I can't understand the logic behind that. So I'm going to need somebody to elaborate on that for me and let me know what the tea is because I'm missing something. It makes absolutely no sense to me. And I got to that point where I'm like, please don't DM me my own picture that I posted. Please don't DM me my own picture that I posted on my page. Say what you need to say under my picture. Otherwise, if you can't, then that means you probably shouldn't be saying it to me to begin with. So let's start there. And that just made me bring up a couple more things that I have been experiencing. And ladies, I'm sure you guys have been as well. And I'm sure some guys too. It goes both ways, I'm sure. But I feel like some people really be reaching. And one guy in particular, like we used to be friends a while back. And then we became friends again on social media. And from day one, anything I post like in my stories, he's commenting. He's saying slick stuff, asking me like mad derogatory things. And I'm like, where do you get off thinking that you can even approach me like this? Like, I don't even know you like that. What is it about what I'm posting that makes you feel secure enough in who you are to come at me kind of crazy? Like, just to come at me talking any kind of way. I'm not understanding that. And I promise you, and I'm talking about my main page, Danny For Real. I'm not even talking about the Tall Girl Tuesday page because that for the most part is reserved. I mean, I'm pretty much reserved on social media anyway. Like, I don't be wilding at all. So I'm just not understanding what about what I'm saying or doing is giving you the impression that it's okay to jump in my DM and talk slick. Like, maybe in my 20s, that might have been something like, oh, I'm interested, or he's showing the kid some love. This ain't that. We grown over here. We're having real conversations and being sex forward from the beginning is not going to get my attention. Like, you might even get blocked. Like, I'm not even off that. I'm not one of those people who look to Instagram for gas. I don't need to be gassed. And I don't even be posting anything, well, in my opinion anyway, that would be considered like thirst trapping or something like that. I don't think I do, but everybody has their own perception of what they see. But I had to like tell him like, I really need you to treat me like a woman and show me some respect. Otherwise, please stop sending me messages. And I forgot what he said. He didn't take it. He wasn't like too offended by what I said, but from that day forward, there has been no messages at all. So I'm like, okay, well, we know what that was about. Like, do you really think it's that easy? Like, because you showing interest in talking slick in my DM that I'm going to take my clothes off? Like, you think we about to take our clothes off because you saying some slick stuff? Because if that's your intention, then you're definitely going about it the wrong way. And I'm gonna need you to work on those communication skills. Once I had that conversation with him, it pretty much deaded any type of communication we had at all. And guess what? That is perfectly fine with me, because then I can just go down the list of corny things that I see and move on to the next person. Like, sometimes I have time. Most of the time I don't, but certain days I go on there and I'll be like, all right, I have time today, so let's go ahead and get into it. And it's just corny to me. Like, what is it about it? What separates the way you treat a real person, not someone who's putting on a facade or, getting paid to promote a look or promote anything that has to do with, unrealistic representation of yourself. So you take a regular from around the way type of girl like me, and you want to be private and secret about the things you say to me or how you feeling. But with a celebrity, you all up under their pictures, like salivating and like really doing the most, posting emojis I've never even seen before. Like, whose man is this? Like, where do you come from? And what is the logic behind that? I'm not understanding. And is it because maybe they feel like, okay, this is just Instagram, the celebrity's not going to respond anyway? Well, keep that same energy, because I don't want to see it either. I don't want to see it in my DMs, especially. And then, is it like a rejection thing? Because if so, then you probably shouldn't even take the initiative to say anything at all. Because a left on red is a left on red regardless. And you might just get your feelings hurt. But I want to know, like, what is the logic behind that? And why do people be so pressed or feel like they can just say and do anything in a person's DMs? And I'm only scratching the surface. I'm not even trying to sit here and act like I'm just this, I'm out here walking around like God's gift. But I'm telling y'all, it gets crazy. And it's like, what about me is giving you the impression that I'm rolling that way, or I want that type of attention, or that I'm interested in whatever you talking about? Is it like taking a shot in the dark or what? I need to know. I want y'all to tap into this and let me know what you think, because it's not really making sense to me. And I'm really getting to the point where it's annoying me to even have to reply at all. And then you know what happens when I get to that point? Unfollows. And it's not from me to them. It's like from them to me. And I don't even want to, y'all, I wasn't going to go here, but I don't even want to get into the ones who follow you. Well, you've been friends with for a while, then all of a sudden they get in a relationship and you're unfriended. But the funny thing is, 9 times out of 10, they come back. They sending you that request again in 6 months to a year, like just popping back up on the scene like everything is cool. And I remember a lot of stuff. Like, my memory is crazy. I remember a lot of stuff. And I remember those type of people and those type of situations. So I'd be quick to say, oh, what happened? What made you want to follow me again? And it don't even be people that I've ever dated. And they just be like unfriending me because they're in a relationship. Like, for what? Like, I wasn't checking for you anyway, I'm pretty sure. So what harm is it doing us being social media friends? But then even more, to take that even further, why'd you come back? Oh, because y'all not together anymore. Okay, I got it. So yeah, now I'm gonna just have to leave your request there because that's corny, you're corny, and I don't do corny. So it's just a lot of like, I don't know, social media is weird to me. I struggle with it all the time. I also run 4 pages, so I'll be trying to keep up with the content on all of them, but it is not easy. And then people get offended, like, oh, I DM'd you 4 weeks ago. Like, okay, I didn't see it. So what's up? Was it even anything important? No. But it's like, why so serious? Why do people do the most on social media? And then they react a certain kind of way when their feelings get hurt. So I'm just not understanding. I don't know. It's getting real corny to me and real played out real quick. And I'm just trying to have like a standardized response or reaction to these types of DMs that I've been speaking about in this, on this episode. So let me know what y'all think. As always, tap into the conversation. If you have any stories about it, let me know. And I'm not even talking about just men. I'm talking about couples. I'm talking about, you know what? I'm not even going to get into that. I'll save that for another episode. But again, thank you for tuning in. As always, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Tall Girl Tuesday. And I'm streaming my episodes on YouTube at Tall Girl Tuesday, the podcast. Don't forget to shop the Tall Girl Tuesday merch. The link is in my bio on all of my social media platforms. And as always, thank you for tuning in. I will see you next week.